Hey. Look like a little bit of a red rat. Yup, dead rat today. Fresh out the shower. I'm currently setting up some music. My chick back again.
QuickBooks Self-Employed matches and categorizes expenses.
What's up, peeps?
Maximize your tax savings.
Wow. Merrick, hello. Jenny, hello.
How many subscriptions are you paying for? Rocket Money finds sneaky or forgotten subscriptions. And
thank you for coming and hanging out. My chick is back again. Look how sick she looks. That's pretty gnar. What's up, Nancy? Hello, Thor. Hello, Merrick again. You guys, I really want to set up like a streaming service, I guess is what it's called. I'm trying to be able to live stream via my camera for the camera quality, which would upgrade this experience tenfold for everyone. And I really got excited because I found the cord in my closet to hook it up to my computer, and I was like, yes, like this is gonna happen today. But I don't know if any of you guys know any information about this, but I'm pretty sure you need to have a streaming service. I can't just like plug it in, but stay tuned because I think this would elevate the streams tenfold. And then I could also have like a mic, so just be better quality. Because sometimes I like don't realize, like I look back at these and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't realize the quality is like so grainy. Because it doesn't look that way for me on my end, you know? Hi Sandra, hello Bree. I'm currently making my matcha while waiting for the water to boil because I'm a little bit slow this morning. A little bit tired. Hey Jess. Hello, hello. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, speaking of the tea. Woo. Alright. Simmer down. Simmer down. Right, I'm not going to leave you guys out. I'm going to bring you with me. We're going to go make some matcha. We're going mobile. We're on the road. Again, I feel like the mom with the iPad. Chloe, what's up, my love? Welcome. Thanks for stopping by. This is the matcha I use. I always get questions. It's simply just from Whole Foods, the plain one. And when this whole thing itself is like $8, and one matcha is like $7. Guess how many servings are in this? 70 servings for $8. So it's so worth it to make your matcha at home. This, I swear, lasts me like 6 months. But I basically I have a little matcha kit. So I have one of the little, like, look how cute. And then I also have the little bowl and the little whisk. And then I just kind of take however much feels right. And then plop her in there. Then I pour the boiling water directly into this. And then I whisk it. I feel like everyone always asks for matcha tutorials, but I'm like, I feel like it's decently straightforward. You don't need this little whisk thing too. Like you can totally just mix it. Or like with a little frother, like that would also work. Hello, Claire. Jordan, hello. Thanks, dog. It's literally from TJ Maxx. I like the bottom of it because it has like these little frillies. Appreciate it. I feel like TJ Maxx, they go there specifically for like sweaters. They have really cute, like inexpensive, oversized sweaters. And then good athletic shorts, believe it or not, like loose shorts. And then I essentially pour this into the mug and add some more water. And please hold. Finishing touches. Boom. And that's all she wrote. Then you could froth some milk, add that in there, some honey. I've also been obsessed with raw honey lately because it's so sweet and so good. Also, these new snack I just found at Whole Foods. Bomb. Really good. Sun Poppers by Lesser Evil. I loved those. I just tried them for the first time yesterday, and they did not disappoint. We stan matcha. We do stan matcha, Chloe. For reals. Here I go again, feeling like the mom with the iPad. I feel like the first half of my lives are me like getting set up. What else is new? Jess, love the conversation starter. How is everyone's weekend? What's everyone up to? First of all, happy April. How do we get here? Couldn't tell ya. I can't believe we're already like, what, a quarter into the year? Like winter's, I'm happy that like winter's on the way out. Things are finally starting to melt here, but like we still have so much snow. It's super sunny in Boston too, so happy. Dude, I can like finally feel, I feel like when it's April, it's like forced to be spring now. March is kind of like can go either way. Once April hits, it's like, it's spring dogs. I don't want to hear anything else about it. I'm so excited for it though. I can't wait. But I finally got my, Minnesota's gloomy and a busy weekend. I'm getting my life back on track. Sometimes those are my favorite weekends when you kind of can almost just go ghost and like work on everything that you want to work on. That always makes you feel good. Coming back from a camping trip with family. I'm so jealous. Where did you camp? Agreed, I can't do winter any longer. Spring break, baby. Is anyone going somewhere fun for spring break? Also, when is spring break? When are the dates for you guys? School spring breaks. Those days I remember I'd freaking count down for spring break. The weekend's been great. Just had a lot of good hangout sessions with different friends and dove deep into a good book. Jordan, yes. What are you reading? Please share with the group. Also, that's the best when you have just good friend time on the weekends. I feel like I had a great day. Friday night, I had the best dinner. I actually vlogged on Friday, so you guys are going to see it anyways. But I went out to dinner, and it was so good. I got Korean street tacos. So underrated. Like, found the best thing on the menu. And we also shared this, like, meat lovers pizza. It was so good. It was 10 out of 10. And then last night we had a little baking session, which was fun. We made homemade lemon poppy seed muffins from scratch. I had so many doubts, but they turned out so well. Ooh, North Carolina. It was cold, especially for me, because I've been living in Costa Rica. Wait, are you for real? How long were you in Costa Rica for? Slash, are you from Costa Rica or are you from North Carolina? My sister was living in North Carolina, but now she's moving. I just started letting go on Audible. It's about surrendering to your reality and not resisting it. Amen. You guys also want to know what I actually just watched? What day was that? I think that was on Friday. We watched Eat, Pray, Love. There were so many good lessons in that movie. I know it's like an old one, but I've never actually seen it. I resonated so much. Like, I feel like that was totally, like, I love the spirituality component. I love the traveling component. I love that she just, like, wanted to dip to just, like, go see the world. I just feel like I totally vibed. And there was a lot of good lessons, like, in that sense of, like, surrendering. And there's just a lot of good, like, spiritual themes in the movie that I loved. I'm originally from Mexico, used to live in Chicago. I lived in Costa Rica for 6 months. Whoa. Dude, I love that. That's so cool. So where do you live now? And also, what area were you in Costa Rica? Because I actually bought my Costa Rica tickets, you guys. I feel like from the last live, all the things that I was talking about, I've made progress on. I finally got my ticket for Costa Rica. I booked my flight, which was crazy. Have 2 Airbnbs in mind, but I haven't committed yet because I'm actually waiting for a new credit card to come in the mail. And then I got my nails. This is a story for a different day. I finally got the nail polish off, was the second thing. And third thing, I got more contacts in case anyone was nervous about all those pressing issues that I brought up last live. I definitely recommend. It's super gorgeous. Yeah, what part were you in? Because I'm looking to be in Costa Rica really on my own for like 5 weeks, but I'm like still just trying to like research all the different areas. I'm going to St. Simon's Island. My spring break is the 3rd to the 8th, but for nursing school, it's just a catch-up week. Dude, wait, so that's so soon? Are you not so excited? That's this coming week. Woohoo! Yay! Where's St. Simon's? Simmons? I'm saying Simon's. It's Simmons. Nice. Thanks, Jess. I knew someone would be concerned. Love a good book reading weekend. I literally just finished A Court of Thorns and Roses this morning. Such a good fantasy for anyone who's interested. Nothing like I expected. Guys, I love how much you're little bookworms. I kind of want to start getting into like fiction fantasy books because I feel like I would like it. I read the only book that was kind of in that lane, which not even kind of actually, was The Alchemist, where it had like a storyline. I read that book so freaking fast because I was like, oh, is this why people get hooked on like fiction books? Because I feel like I'm always just trying to read nonfiction. No, I don't want ads.
Next level of nerd.
I need this tea to cool off because I really need this matcha. Okay, super random, but I've been vegan for a few years and thinking about eating meat again. Does anyone have any tips for letting go of fear around certain foods? That's such a good question, Grace. And I love when you guys actually like chime in because I just feel like people have different, you can relate differently to different people who've had your experiences, you know what I mean? But for me, I feel like with something like that, as drastic as like being vegan for a good amount of time and then like changing, like adding in a whole food category again, like I would just personally recommend doing it slowly, not only for like digestion purposes, but also just mentally, so you don't feel like such a huge drastic change, you know what I mean? Like maybe only have meat like a few times a week at first and then kind of go from there. And I'm always big into like working backwards of asking yourself questions like, why do you feel like, what do you fear? What about meat is making you fearful of eating it? And then kind of work backwards from there. Because sometimes, at least for me, I feel anxious about certain things or I feel scared for certain things. But then I have that emotion. And so then I try to like tap into it. And I'm like, well, why am I feeling that way? And sometimes I'm like, I don't really know. Or I'll realize it's like from such a small source that doesn't even have so much power over me. And then I'm able to kind of like take the power away from that reasoning, I guess, if that makes sense. And almost like talk myself off the ledge, for lack of a better term, and realize like, oh, it's not as deep or as scary as I thought it was. Samantha, hello. Hi, Queen. I lived in the Nosara Peninsula, Santa Teresa, Costa Rica. Girl, I can give you all the tips on getting to the house middle of the jungle. Dude, honestly, any tips you have would be great. I was speaking to one girl via Instagram DM, and she's been helping me so much about just the area and like where would be a good area for me and everything. So definitely down to chat via Instagram DM because I would appreciate all and any advice that you have. Because I feel like when I went to Hawaii, I had been there before, so I knew the area and like kind of what to expect a little bit. But this, I feel like I'm going in much more blind. So any insight I would love. My friend Anna actually stayed at Nosara for like a month in Nosara but it was this past October, which I learned is like the rainiest time to go. And she was like, it was super desolate, like super remote. But I think just because she was like at a really rainy part of the season. Because then at first I was like, oh, so like maybe that's not a good place to go to. But then a lot of people have been saying Nosara is beautiful. So I think she just must have gone at a bad time. Joined a bit late, but you should read The Chain, amazing thriller / mystery. Is it scary? Because I can't do anything somewhat emotionally taxing. I just can't do it. Anything like scary, like suspenseful, I don't vibe. It's south of Savannah, Georgia, and you said it right the first time. Oh, wait, that's so. I was not. I thought you were gonna say it was like in Florida or something. That's gonna be so fun. Hello from Manitoba. Love ya. Where is that? I've never even heard of that. Thank you for coming, Sarah. Sending so much love to you too. I'm bringing The Alchemist to read on the beach. Super excited to read it because I've wanted to read it for a while. It's honestly such a super easy read, and I loved it. Like I was really moved by it. I think it's appropriately hyped, the book. It wasn't like super revolutionary for me in any which way, but I still thoroughly enjoyed it. Hello from Phoenix, Arizona. Hello. I want to go back to Phoenix. I really liked it there when I went. Did some of you guys read the Atlas 6? That's a fantasy that will totally suck you in. Can't say I have, dogs. I think about The Alchemist at least once a month. Fantastic read. I'd also say start with a food that don't feel as intimidating like fish, maybe less than chicken. Egg might be less scary than fish. Very good advice, Sandra. True. Just start slow and like ease into it. I'm reading a series called The Darker Shade of Magic. I'm a huge fantasy reader. You guys are inspiring me. Perhaps when I'm in Costa Rica, I'll pick up a good read. Maybe I'll become a true bookworm. I feel like it's gonna be too hot. My dad is allergic to poultry and has just started to be able to eat turkey, and so I've been trying simple home recipes with turkey and chicken to dip his toes into different flavors with the meal. There's honestly so many different things you can make with ground turkey. I use that so often. I got really into fantasy through The Cruel Prince from the Folk Air trilogy. Literally at the time of my life, I was on such a high with those books, and the one I just read matched up very well. Guys, I'm sorry, I don't know any of these books. Like, I'm glad you guys are vibing, but I'm just like, yeah. Not scary, but suspenseful. I don't know if it's for me, dog. Also, hang on, this reminds me. Well, that doesn't remind me, but I just thought of this. Okay, guys, so this may be nerdy of me, but I bought this light on Amazon because I'm back on TikTok now. So I was like, you know what? Is this going to help things? And I think it makes such a big difference with my phone. Except this is kind of sketching me out. Oh my gosh, did you guys ever have those like fisheye lenses? Is this even doing anything? It does a little something. I think it makes a difference. Anyway, it makes a bigger difference when it's like already dark. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, do you guys remember those fish? I don't know if you guys ever had that when you were like, I was like 15 years old and my friend got me like this little, it was like a fisheye lens to put on your phone, but like it had the little clamp thing that has to go around. You like screw it on and then you clamp it on the back side of your phone. I don't know if that was just a nerdy thing that I personally did, but I remember I thought it was like the coolest thing ever. Because we were going to get like artsy pictures. Where is Manitoba? Am I like the one living under a rock? Probably. Let's look it up. I was gonna say I thought it was in Canada. Right, that makes sense. Reading was my New Year's resolution. I've read 20 books this year. Dog. All the power to ya. That's so sick. I would feel so accomplished. Jeez. What's your biggest tip on sticking to cleaner eating? I've been in the gym 4 days a week consistently for 2 months, but I've not seen change. I think it's my diet I'm maintaining, but I want to cut. My biggest tip on sticking to cleaner eating is make foods that you genuinely enjoy. And I don't know if people think I'm just like bullshitting when I say that, but like I love all the food that I'm eating because like I love the taste of it, but it also makes me feel like super good, thoroughly energized, and like satiated. So I feel like so many people have the misconception that like, oh, when I'm eating healthy, like it's a chore, I just have to force myself to do it. as if you actually enjoy something, you're going to actually want to do it. And that's what's going to make you stay consistent with it if you're actually enjoying the process of it. So I would just say, like, make sure that you're like, there's so many different recipes on Pinterest and stuff. Like, that's what I've been doing. And I've been just making new recipes on Pinterest. And I just find what I like and then I stick with it. And I personally have like probably like a solid 10-ish meals that I really love. And so I just like keep it on rotation. And like they're quick, they're easy, and they're aligned with my goals. So like I don't have to think too hard. I know how to make them, and like it just makes it so easy for me to stick with it. But if you're wanting to cut, again, I don't know how many calories you're actually eating, but you need to be consuming less calories than you're burning throughout the day. So even if you're eating very clean, but you're still not creating a caloric deficit with what you're eating, you're not going to lose any weight, specifically like body fat. So I would also pay attention to, again, don't over restrict and don't starve yourself. Make sure that you're eating an appropriate amount of food. But if you're wanting to cut, no matter how healthy you're eating, if you're still eating too many calories, you're not going to lose weight. So another tip I would have for you is to focus, look at your portion sizes of how much you're eating.
So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance.
I was never a reader as an adult, but it's never too late to start. Thanks. Thanks for all the advice. I appreciate it. I hope it helps, Grace. Best of luck. I can see a little something. Thanks, Jess. I think it does make a difference. It looks good. Thanks, Becca. Clara, hello from Spain. Hello, hello. Yeah, the season you go definitely makes a difference in Costa Rica. Advice would be try to save money by eating out as little as possible. Restaurants can be super pricey. Okay. Do you feel like the grocery stores are like more expensive than normal? I mean, in comparison to the US, I don't really know if that's gonna be like a hard question to answer, but I've seen like there's like a lot of like fruit stands and stuff. I saw one video where these people got like a whole bag of fruit for like $4, and like I love fruit, so that made me like so excited. Do y'all believe in numerology, angel numbers? I do hardcore, like hardcore. But I think there's a big difference between if you're seeing angel numbers like in numerology. I think it's one thing if you see like, oh, you saw the clock and it's 222. I'm not saying those don't mean anything, but I believe it. I think it's much more of a potent message when you're seeing the same sequence of numbers multiple times in multiple different ways. So like you keep seeing 222, your receipt had 222, you saw a truck that said 222, like that is where I'm like, oh, like this is really loud and clear, rather than like coincidentally looking up at the clock at 222. Personally, I know what I need to do and how to do it, but I have absolutely no motivation to do any of it. I'm usually pretty self-disciplined, but lately I'm just not. Any advice? Dude, I feel that, and like to be like fully honest and just human with you, like I think that just happens and it's normal, and I totally know that feeling of being like, I just cannot be bothered. Like I have no interest in going to do this right now. Like I definitely go through phases like that a few times a year. So one thing I want to say that isn't like super tangibly like helpful right away is just to have grace and patience with yourself. I do believe that we just go through seasons as humans and like phases and different cycles. And so you may need to be in a few weeks of just kind of being and not focus so much on doing. I do believe that it does eventually pass and you do find that spark again in some sense or another. So I think a big thing for me, sometimes when I try to rush it, like, oh my gosh, I'm in a rut, I'm not doing anything, I have no motivation, I find that it like makes it worse because I'm concentrating on that. And then I'm like identifying with being in a rut instead of just like, what happens if you just let yourself be and don't try to identify it and don't try to like, just let yourself feel it be in this season. And then I think like naturally you'll kind of climb up out of that. But it usually always gets to a point for me when I'm feeling like such a lack of motivation. It gets to a point where I'm almost like fed up with my own bullshit. And I'm like, okay, I miss like doing, like being productive and doing the things that make me feel good and feel happy. And then that's kind of like my final straw that will make things turn around. So I just try to focus on setting really small goals for myself in the day to like get to complete throughout the day so that I kind of build up that momentum of getting stuff done again. I know it sounds weird, but I feel like that's what really helps me. Guys, I had this little like bubble on the tip of my tongue and it hurts. You know what I'm talking about? I haven't gotten one in so long. I don't know if it's because I've been eating too much pineapple. I don't know, like from the acid of the pineapple, I don't know. Paying colones, not dollars, because you'll always get a better exchange rate. Yes, I've been doing research on that. That's definitely a good point I need to keep in mind. So true, I didn't realize that and way overpaid there till I figured it out. Manitoba, Canada, also still covered in snow and cold, dying for green grass and sunshine. Dude, me too. Utah has literally obliterated any snow record. We've like blew past every single snow record since they've started recording snow. Like, it's insane. We've gotten over 800 inches of snow this year. And like the previous years, the max was like 300 inches of snow or something. Like, we have gotten buried. Like, I'm so nervous that, like, my brother's like, haha, this isn't going to be melted till, like, April. And, like, we're going to have, like, a lot of flooding and stuff. I'm like, dogs. I'm not coming back from Costa Rica. Then you're telling me that there's just going to be, like, no summer now? Like, if the hikes are not going to be able to be a thing this summer because, like, it's still melting snow, like, up way in the mountains, I don't know what I'm going to do. What are your top travel recommendations? My mom keeps asking me to pick a place to travel with culture, but also somewhere near a beach. I've tried to do research, but there are so many options. I went to Spain, Alicante, Spain. That was on the coast of Spain, and there's obviously so much culture there. Or like Portugal could be cool. That's somewhere near a beach and has a lot of culture. I feel like anywhere has a lot of culture. Mexico, ton of culture. You're by the beach. I've never been there, but Costa Rica, that's where I'm gonna go. I feel like there's so many places, like, yeah, all in like Central America, South America. Yeah. I would recommend Hawaii. Hawaii has a ton of culture there, but obviously there's still like a ton of, they're kind of overflowing with tourists there and everything and people moving there. So I think, lots of other options to go. I see 1, 2, 3, 4 like every day. That one's a good one. Means you're going in the right direction. No, you're right. I lived in Chicago, and eating in Costa Rica is more expensive. So when you go, think U.S. city prices. It's not a cheap country. Oh, well. Yeah, dude, I'm not going to lie, because I was looking at Airbnbs and stuff, and I'm like, damn. And I mean, I definitely could save more money on them, but I'm like, damn, this is going to be like more expensive than Hawaii when I thought that was going to be like the most expensive trip. Because I've been seeing 444 a bunch in the past week, and it's weird for me because I read time and military time and I walk with my head down, so for me to see a sequence of numbers is so rare to me. IDK, what 444 means though, so if anyone knows, please tell. I love 444. That number gets me juiced. 444 traditionally means that like your angels are there protecting you and like you're being guided and protected at this time. 4 is like a number of stability and just like protection and kind of safety and security, I guess is a better word. So I also like the past couple weeks when I had some really good things happen to me, I was constantly seeing 444 and 1111 everywhere too. And then I don't know, I just personally feel like whenever I see 444 a lot, like there's always something that's like really good that happens to me. But that's like the traditional meaning. It means that you're being guided by your angels and protected by your angels. A lot of security and stability and protection is coming your way, essentially. Happy Sunday. Mercedes, I totally get it. One thing I heard once is the time is going to pass anyway, so you might as well start taking baby steps because you'll be surprised in 6 months when you look back. Very true. Plans for today, live streaming, and then I need to write out Monday's podcast episode. I need to record that, and then probably edit that, and then go to my mom's for dinner. Because it's Palm Sunday here. Is this a stupid question? Is Palm Sunday celebrated in all other countries, or is that like only today in the US? Real question. Yeah, Mercedes, honestly, I would just focus on like choose like 3 things that you want to get done. They don't have to be like super big tasks, but like just start with something little, and then like I feel like it helps to re-spark that kind of self-gratification that comes with like doing things for the sake of a better you, you know? I get those bubbles too. I try to bite them off. No. That would hurt. A, B, gross me out. But why does it hurt? What is it? I don't get what it is. I haven't had one in so long. You guys also, wait, I need to tell you this in-depth story about my nails because I'm like seriously phoning a friend right now, you guys, and I need to know if that was I just need advice in this situation. Last time I went live, I mentioned that I still haven't had that blue nail polish off that I got February 7th. Okay, is when I got them done. First time ever getting gel in my life. I was like, this is fun. This is fresh. This is great. These haven't chipped. I'm going on week 8 legitness. But then they just weren't going away. And like, I was kind of over it. And then, but the polish itself would start to like lift off my nails. And so then it was getting like stuck on things. It would get tagged. So I'm like, oh, can I just kind of like peel it off a little bit? And I know you guys said last time to soak it in acetone for 10 minutes. I didn't do it. Okay. I soaked it on there like a little bit like this. And I held it for like maybe 2 minutes. And then I was just like, this isn't coming off. I'm just going to go to the nail salon and have them take it off of me. And so with that though, when the polish was kind of starting to break off because I just didn't take it off early enough, it was like breaking my nail as well, like peeling off a layer of the top layer of my nail, which I was like, obviously not a good scene. And like my big toe, not a good scene. It was like, it just essentially, since the polish was getting lifted off, it was like ripping off the first layer of my nail itself. So then I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go to the salon and have them whatever take this off. I thought they were kind of just gonna soak it for me and like force me to do that. She grabbed just like a tool, like the buzzing tool, and like shaved it all off. Which at first I was like, oh, sick. Like she's just kind of gonna smooth out my nails again because they looked like trash. But no, I think they looked even worse. And they don't look that bad through camera. You can't really tell. But I also have air gun oil on them right now. But like they just looked so botched. And I'm just like, should she not have shaved it all off? Because I feel like she just shaved my nail. And now it's just like my nails look even more fluked. And I don't know how long they're going to take to actually be healthy again. And then the worst part, I had to pay $20 for her to do that. And I was sitting there for 4 minutes and she basically just shaved my nails off. And I paid $20 and had to leave. And so I'm like, I know nothing about nails. Like I rarely get my nails done. Like I said, that was my first time getting gel. And now I get like, I don't know how to explain it. I feel so guilty when a part of my body hurts or like isn't healthy. And so I feel so badly for my nails. And I hate the thought of them. Like they were so healthy. Like my big toe is so food, you guys. It's so bad. And now I'm like, can I do it to Costa Rica? And like nails are gonna look botched. So real question, is that like kind of normal? / do you recommend that I should have just soaked them and peeled them off the right way on like week 5 instead of letting it get to like week 8 and then having it rip my nails off? Question, is gel bad for your nails? I read something that the UV light isn't great for your nails. / did I just go to a bad nail salon? Like, should she have soaked them for me? I need some insight. I usually see angel numbers after making a decision. I know I made the right choice. I love that too. Yeah, also, Jordan, pay attention to when you're seeing the angel numbers and what you're thinking about when you see them. Because usually that's like giving you a message for that like subject. I get them when I'm stressed. Just that means that you're being guided to say it's okay. You can relax. You don't need to be stressed. Right now you're still in time. It's not rainy season yet, but also you can pick to be in places where you'll have options even if it rains. Okay, Sandra, good to know. Seriously, thank you for this insight. This is huge. Do you recommend the Nasara and that whole peninsula? Like, did you enjoy your time? Okay, wait, let me just skip to these nail things because I opened up a can of worms. You have to go to the salon to have the gel removed for the best results. I always do gel, but I leave it to the professional's mind soak for like 10 minutes before scraping it off. Yeah, because you now don't have like 2-3 layers of your nail. See? Like that's what's making me so upset. Is it so that's what the tool did? It just like shaved off layers of my nail. I would recommend getting a good cuticle serum and start applying that to your nails. The gel nail polish takes away a lot of the natural oils in your nails, but they will come back soon. Thanks, Ava. I appreciate the optimism. $20, that's crazy. That's what I said. And I'm kind of like, I was kind of a little bit like, dog, because also T they're not tea, but like they're to get a normal manicure that's like not gel, it's $15. Like it's an inexpensive place. So I'm like, how did I just like that? Like the math isn't mathing. You're telling me that was $20 for 4 minutes of you to just scrape off my nails essentially, and I left with them looking worse than I did coming in. When it's $15 for you to spend, 30 minutes to do my nails. I don't get it. I was like, I swear I kind of got scammed because I saw her just like type it into the thing. It was like, yeah, $20. I wanted to be like, can I see this on your services pamphlet? Because but again, I've never done that before. So I wasn't going to be like, this isn't wrong. Cause like, I didn't really know I thought it was going to be, I don't know, like $10. I have super weak nails, so I can't give you any advice. Mine always do that when I get gel or SNS. Oh yeah. Wait, I read SNS. What does that mean again? So I don't get that anymore. Because also, like, would it be better if I did, like, dip nails? Because I really liked having them. I just do not want my nail health to be trash every time I do them and have me pay for this for, like, 6 months of my time to get my nails healthier again. Because also, like, what's dip nails? That's what I'm... And I'm also trying to, like I said, I put argan oil. I can definitely buy cuticle serum. But I kind of just wonder if argan oil would help more. Well, not more, but like as well, because I'm cheap. Yes, I would soak thoroughly for 10 minutes or go so. Yeah, so do you think that the nail salon should have soaked my nails as opposed to just shaving it off? Is that like the normal procedure? Gel directly on your nails is not the best. It's best to do it with the rubber polygel before gel polish, so you only file your nails once. Interesting. Oh, you have to ask for a soak off. In my opinion, you can get your gel off better yourself than someone taking them off. Soaking with cotton ball remover and wrapper and tinfoil. This will not let the top layer to come off. I know, and you guys told me to do that last week, and I didn't listen. I'm gonna call myself out. I did not listen because I don't know. Now I know the severity. I didn't think it was that big of a deal, and now I freaking know the severity. And now I'm gonna pay for this for the next however many months of crusty ass nails. I just feel so badly, and also, you guys, I have such a harsh phobia of like nails peeling off. It's like nails on a chalkboard to me. So like when my big toenail, which I like was like a layer was coming off, I was like, I'm gonna gag. And like my nails, same thing. When she was like shaving it off, she was like trying to say something to me, and I was like, dog, I could barely utter 2 words because it was like sending chills down my spine of her shaving my nails. I feel like I went through a traumatic experience. It was all fun and games until I had to get the nail polish off. It will keep your nails healthy, and you can keep them on for 8 weeks plus. That's because then after, when I was like, okay, this is awful, like I'm really gonna look up how I should have done it, they said that, yeah, the gel should just peel off once you soak it. I was like, so you mean I shouldn't have been forcefully ripping it off? Ugh, I'm so sad. SNS is the dip powder. They filed my nails so thin that it hurts. See, that's the stuff that makes me want to get, like, makes my teeth itch. Like, you know when you cut your nail too short and you can feel it? I hate it. They filed my nails so thin that it hurt, and then they say it's healthy, but my nails got so brittle. I just don't get it. I don't think this is for me. They soak mine for 10 plus minutes for taking it off. Okay, so really, is the moral of the story is gel isn't that bad for your nails as long as you properly remove them? I recommend polygel to grow your natural nails, but it also requires maintenance. I do polygel, and after 5 months, I have long, natural hard nails. Is that like a serum you put on top of it, Sandra? Sometimes I don't take advice and then I learn good lessons. It's all lesson learned. Yeah, doc. I feel like I went through a traumatic first experience with my gel nails. Because want to know what? I wanted to get them done again before I went to Costa Rica. And it's just not happening because I want my nails to like be really healthy before I go in again. And like, this is not getting repaired in a month. You really can't even tell on camera, but like I promise. And it's because I just put oil on them before live so they don't look as dry and pasty. That's rough. As someone who this has happened to, you can fix this. Get a filing block. This will have a fine side to it. My mom definitely has one of these. Even out the surface of your nail, this will remove that nasty peeling look on your nails. Jamie, thank you so much. And I'm just really going to focus, I'm going to focus on my collagen. getting my minerals in, eating really well, nourishing foods, protein. Polygel is a hard gel that cures under the light. Then you put the gel polish on top. Oh. Okay, I'm getting it now. The rings are super gorgeous, by the way. Thank you, Ava. I think someone asked, sorry, before we got down. This is really helpful, you guys. Thank you so much. Because after this, I was like, I'm never getting gel again. Like, this was awful. And I'm going back a little bit. Chris said, yay, love the lives. I keep missing them. Yay, I'm glad you're here. Sorry, this was on a weird day. I know we normally do Saturday morning. Yesterday morning, I went to go, my mom's moving, so I went to go with her because she had like her last walkthrough of her new place, and I want to see it before I leave for Costa, so I had to go be with my mama. Yeah, someone, okay, where do you get your rings from? Like, sorry, like if you're by the beach, it could rain. But when the rain passes, you can go surf, go through the main demonstrate. Okay, thanks, Sandra. That's what I feel like. It's like kind of rainy at some points, but then like it clears up later in the day. I'm so excited. I really feel like I don't know what to I kind of know what to expect, but not totally. And I'm just gonna throw myself in it and go through another growing experience. I'm definitely planning to be by the beach. I'm planning on being in Santa Teresa area. Yes, that's exactly what I was gonna say before your angels are with you and supporting you. Yes, agreed. Okay, now we're caught up to speed. Yeah, so my rings are all usually from places that I travel to. I don't get them from like ASOS or like somewhere online. Majority of them are like handmade by artists. That's where you find the best jewelry. So this is a Monstera leaf. I got this in Hawaii and it was handmade. This I also got, this was in Hawaii on the North Shore, and I got this from a crystal shop. Crystal shops have good jewelry sometimes, and this is a rose quartz stone, which is like a love stone. Helps be in the frequency of love. This is a wave ring from the company Pura Vida. I've had this for years and years and years. This was also handmade that I got in Hawaii. It's the cutest. It's a little piece of real sea glass with a little mermaid tail that's like wrapped around. So you got to look at like home markets or like kind of craft show things where people like are hand making jewelry. That's where they have the best stuff. And then this butterfly ring, which is my favorite ring of all time. I got this in New Zealand from a literal hole-in-the-wall shop. This one is from an antique show. I love this one because it's like a wrap ring, which I think is really sick. Antique shows also have really good jewelry. And then these are two separate rings, also handmade from Telluride, Colorado. An artist, it says Sea Forever, was the name of the ski run there. And then those are some mountains. And then this is my favorite new ring. I got this in Arizona. This is handmade from a Native American artist too. So yeah, my class memory rings is my removable tattoos. It's Palm Sunday in Germany too. Okay, good to know. I didn't know if there was like a universal thing. I've had a lot of good stuff come my way this year, stuff that is just so weird. Like I wanted to leave my old toxic job by the year mark, and I started my new job a day before that deadline. I love stories like this, Jordan. That's so cool. And then I saved my current company $12,000 annually, and I joked to my friends about a raise, and then I got a promotion that was a joke. Dude, Jordan, that's so sweet, dude. Congrats. You're definitely in some sort of alignment. You're in a flow, dog. That's amazing. That exactly speaks for itself. In Mexican culture, we say you get that on your tongue when you've been craving something but haven't eaten it. Interesting. I feel like I've been balling out on anything that I've been wanting to eat. I guess I've been wanting to make cinnamon rolls for quite a while, but we made muffins instead, and I had one this morning. I don't know. I don't know what I could be craving.
It only takes a minute. Look at that. The heavy duty
Okay.
for amazing travel box, even for his family. Wow, Swiffer, so worth it.
Wait, there was also, I feel like I totally skipped other. Will you tell us how you met your boyfriend? Hope this is not too private. No, it is not too private. More so, I was just wanted to be more private with like our actual relationship itself. Just I feel like there's so many online opinions that I'm like, you know. And I just I don't know, I don't even like tell my friends like a ton of details about it. I don't know, I'm just like kind of a private person in that aspect. But yeah, so I met him on Main Street in my town, and it was Halloween weekend. and I was actually out to dinner with a mutual friend, and him and I have a weird relationship, but we don't. Yeah, I don't know. So he wanted someone to go get food with. So I was like, yeah, we'll go get food, and then we can go like hit up Main Street and see if we can like find other people we know. Blah blah blah. So we went to go get food, and then he was like, yeah, one of my friends that I know from high school is actually out here in town. Like I haven't seen him in years. Blah blah blah. And I was like, oh cool, whatever. Then it just never really was talked about again, and like they didn't really like make plans to meet up or anything like that. Which it just is so crazy how we met in a very synchronistic way. And it's so crazy how like everything needed to fall perfectly because my boyfriend also hadn't been out on Main Street in like over 6 months. And like I'm not a huge partier either. So like the fact that we were there like at the same time was crazy. And also the only reason why my boyfriend knew that our mutual friend was out on Main Street was because someone else that they know, my boyfriend had passed someone who had saw the friend that I was with and was like, hey, do you know that so-and-so is here on a Main Street? And he's like, oh, no way, I'll hit him up. And so that's what made them even have like some sort of communication anyways, and how they knew that we were like each other was out on Main Street, or else they just wouldn't have known. And it's like little things, like why did that one guy feel compelled to tell my boyfriend that our mutual friend was out? Like he didn't have to say anything. It just was funny. Anyways, but so like my boyfriend had just hit up the mutual friend and said like, hey, I'm on a Main Street. And they're like, cool, but there was like no plans for meeting up. Then we were walking on Main Street and we literally like ran into him, and the mutual friend was like, hey, what's up, blah blah. And then as soon as I saw him, I was like, oh, he's a I don't know if you guys feel the same way. Like I can tell right away when someone's like dating material, total friend material. Like I can tell like literally just like as soon as I feel the energy of it. And as soon as I like saw him, I was like, oh, okay. I literally remember thinking in my head like, oh, okay, this could actually be a candidate. And then literally he said, he's like, within 2 minutes I knew I was going to ask you out. And then like 10 minutes later, when we finally actually like sat down at another like restaurant together, he was like, do you want to go out with me? Like, can I take you on a date? And what makes it a love story is that he was planning on moving to Australia for like exactly what I did with Hawaii. He was going to do the same thing like with Australia. He was going to be there for like 6 months to a year. And that was like the first conversation starter that we had. And so that was like the first thing I knew of him was like, oh, okay, he's going to be moving away for like a year. So I like immediately just kind of thought like, I felt super connected to him. And I was like, okay, like, you know, this is guided by the universe, but it's just supposed to be a very short, you know, thing to teach me about detachment and like how to stay detached and stuff like that. And so I never thought so then eventually, like within 3 weeks later, he was supposed to be moving to Australia in 3 weeks. And so I still was down. He's like, even though I'm leaving, like, can I still take you on a date? And I was like, sure. Cause I was like, whatever, I'm in my detached era. Like I'm going to learn to like love things for what they are and like let them stay in their era and be okay if it, you know, doesn't last as long as I feel like it should. And so whatever we went on some dates, whatever. And then when he was leaving, I truly didn't think I was ever going to see him again. And he was like, well, I still want to stay in touch, blah, 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 blah. Long story short, I never thought I was going to see him again. He ends up coming back from Australia early. And here we are. He U-turned it. He was only in Australia for like 3 to 4 weeks. And he was like, I'm coming back. He was only there for like a week, though. And he was like, hey, I'm actually going to come back in 3 weeks. So, yeah, that's the love story. See, so this was all just to trick you into getting your supplement game right. Yes, Jess. This is the right energy I needed. Polygel is great because your virgin nail only gets filed once instead of all the wear and tear of gel polish being put on and taken off, which requires filing your virgin nail each time. And I'm definitely going to look up, like, research more about polygels. Thank you, Sandra. I'm typing it in right now. When are you going down to Costa Rica? Beginning of May. We're talking about a month. I need to get my shit together. I didn't know what you mean, Sandra. Don't worry. Your virgin male. I love this. Perfect timing. Woohoo. Oh, and back to Costa Rica. Santa Teresa is amazing. Okay, good. I hope I'm going to love it. I don't know how I can't love it. It's a place that made me fall in love with living there. Visit Montezuma. I've heard great things about that. Kabuya, I've never heard of that. Malpais, I've heard of that. You can rent an ATV and take day trips to each place. The surf is also so fun in Santa Teresa. Okay, do you know of any good, like, beginner surf spots? Because that's kind of where I am. Liv, I'm switching up my workout split. I want to incorporate less physical activity in the gym, more walking, biking, volleyball. How would you recommend mixing this with weightlifting days? Okay, I'm all for this. I'm like all for not. I made that big switch a few years ago, and it was like the best thing I ever did. I feel like, so I mean, it's all up to you of how much that you wanna, how much time you actually want to dedicate to more activities like walking, biking, volleyball, all that sort of stuff. But like, I feel like if you can solidify 3 days of weightlifting a week, you're set. Like that's really, you can still make so much progress / maintain your current physique if that's your goal with 3 days of actually weight training. So I would say stick to like 3 to 4 days of weight training and then just toss in your walking, biking, and volleyball with whatever it sees fit. Like whatever, I don't know if you're in leagues or things like that. I don't know if that really answered your question. That's just kind of what I do. I choose like 3 to 4 days of lifting in the week, and then that's kind of my backbone structure. And then since those are more like fun physical activities of like playing a sport, then I toss that in of like when a friend can play or when I want to play and things like that. And now I have more flexibility throughout my week to add in those different activities. I recall you talking about this in one of your old week of workout vids and definitely want to start doing things for an overall healthier body. Yeah, dude, when I was really hard, and I'm not even trying to say this to talk down on people who are mainly weightlifters, like do whatever the hell you want to do. For me, I just grew up very active and very sport oriented. And so when I felt like I wasn't a good overall athlete because I was simply doing like static weight training, for me, I was like, I don't love this. I don't love the way this is making me feel anymore. So doing more like functional types of movement, whether that's walking, biking, functional workouts, things like that. It made me feel more mobile, like overall. This is the story I'm talking about, not actually making effort into finding people. It just happens. Love your story. Thank you. Yeah, no, it was very serendipitous, and like that's personally why I love meeting people organically, because I love the stories. And that's when I'm very certain that I'm meant to like cross paths with someone, I guess, if that makes sense. And that's not to say that that still can't happen with online dating apps. Like I do believe they, they can pop up on your phone for a reason, but I love more of the organic nature and being able to, I love like being able to feel someone's energy for the first time of, you know what I mean? It's like, I didn't even know he existed. So I think it's one thing if you like see him on an app and then you see their profile, like their resume essentially, and then you see them in real life. I like having that happen all at once, if that makes sense. And yeah, he felt the same way, like immediately was just like, oh, okay, like this is something different. I don't know how to explain it. Like it was so obvious to me that I was like, oh, okay. Like I can't even say, like as soon as I looked up and saw him, I was like, okay. Thanks, Uni. Got it. And it's crazy because I also want to kind of maybe I should do my podcast episode on this today, where I kind of want to talk about what I feel like I did a few things leading up to that meeting that I feel like helped me finally be able to call in love into my life, I guess, if that makes sense. Like I know that I was holding on to, past relationship stuff that was definitely holding me back, / I found myself really sitting around waiting for a relationship and things like that. And I feel like I know for a fact that it was like the like month and a half leading up to meeting him, I was so in my power again of like focusing on my own goals, focusing on pouring into myself, loving spending time with myself. And I like had finally let go of like past baggage. And it's crazy. Like then it is finally when it came in. Any more advice on burnout? I do distance track and cross country, but I've just been feeling so unmotivated to run for the past few days, and it's stressing me out because I have a 10-mile race April 30th. Ava, I would say since something like this, you have more of like a timeline involved. I would focus more so on like reframing your mindset around what you're doing instead of thinking like, oh, I have to go run today because I have a race. Focus on kind of being grateful for being able to run, finding the little things that make you happy about running, about making you enjoy the experience of it, and just seeing it in a different light. So you're like grateful to do it and you think of, oh, I get to do this instead of I have to do this. I think may help you see it in a different light and not make it feel so much like a chore to get through the next little bit. You know what I mean? If you're going to go surfing by yourself, Santa Teresa's fine. Just surf the white waters and look up the tide. Look up the tide. That's great advice for me because I need to do that. Because I didn't do that in Hawaii. I looked up the itinerary for the retreat, and our last hotel is surrounded by like 4 surf shops and surfing lesson places, so the waves are gonna be. Yay! I love surf shops. I'm a bitch for surf shops. I love it. I just love the style of it. I could shop in those shops all day long. It's crazy how focusing on ourselves and pouring into ourselves allows us to love others, interact with others in a different light. 10,000%. It totally changes like the energy that you're operating out of. And I just truly think like detachment. Why are there so many ads in this? I just think the law of detachment is like key to everything. And like as soon as you stop being so focused on when's it coming in, is it coming in, is this going to come into fruition, am I going to find someone, am I going to get the job? It's like when you truly just like let go and focus on, you know, operating in your highest frequency, like that's when you were the most magnetic, and that's when you finally release the resistance to allow things to come in, you know? Ava, if it were me, I'd buy a cute new running outfit that gets me going every time. Why does it always? I feel the same way. Like new lifting outfits, every time I buy from Livfiit, I'm like, you don't need any more. But I end up wearing all of it. And then I just get so excited to wear it. So true, Jess. I shopped at the Able birthday sale and got some cute gym clothes, but I'm waiting for them to come. I've never ordered from them. Dad, you guys should check out Chicken Legs cutest running shorts ever. Adorbs. Chicken Legs? I've never heard of this. That's a cute name though. Oh my gosh. They're so fun. Dude. These are so not what I was expecting. They're fun though. Oh. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The llamas and flamingos. They're just so, like, the pineapples with the sunglasses on them. I think the name is really funny. They kind of give me boxer vibes, but, like, in a good way. All right, people. Gotta go. Hope everyone has a great rest of the day. Thank you so much, Jordan. Thanks for coming by. I feel like I need to start going through my leggings and tops and weed out what I don't use anymore. But every time I almost get rid of it, I'm like, but what if I'm feeling this one day? Dude, story of my life. I actually finally put 3 sports bras in my like donation pile, which was a big step for me. But I feel the same way. Because sometimes there's stuff that's like, it hits on only one day. And then I wear it on that day when I don't hate it. But all right, peeps. I appreciate all your time and energy and love and attention. I love you guys so much. I love chatting with y'all. Still didn't even finish my matcha, but you know, quarter left. I'm sending you guys so much love. I feel like I'm gonna probably go live. I feel like I always don't post about it till like the last minute because I just want to like make sure that nothing is happening. But probably the weekend of the 21st of April is when I'm gonna go live again. And then the weekend after that, I'll be in Costa Rica. Well, not the next weekend, but I mean 2 weeks after that again, when I would go live again. First weekend of May. Crazy, crazy. All right, thanks guys so much. I appreciate all your love and your chatting. Have a great rest of your Sunday. All right, peace and love.